بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبيه الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Good to be with you again, my dear brothers and sisters. Our topic today is going to be about Tawakkul. What is Tawakkul? How important Tawakkul is, its levels, and how to attain it. My dear brothers and sisters, I want you to reflect. I want you to think. Imagine every time you leave your home, you say, توكلت على الله بسم الله توكلت على الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. يقال هديت ووقيت وكفيت. If every time you leave your house you say, by the name of Allah, I rely on Allah, and no ability, no moving without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will be said, you will be guided and you will be protected and you will be sufficed. Even the shaitan will say, what can you do, or what can I do with a person who is guided, protected and sufficed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Tawakkul, it is a great manner. It is the key of everything good. It is a great act of worship. It is the fruit of the faith. It is, without it, you don't have faith. It's the sign for the faith. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَتَوَكَّلُوا إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Upon Allah rely if you're truly a believer. Tawakkul is one of the actions of the hearts, and we know the actions of the hearts are connected together, meaning that one leads to another. You start with Islam. With knowledge, you go up to Iman. With knowledge, you go up to Yaqeen. And with knowledge, you go up to Tawakkul. So Tawakkul is the fruit of Yaqeen. Tawakkul is to have your heart completely relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trusting in Him and Him alone, that He is sufficient for all of your worldly needs and the hereafter. This is what Tawakkul is. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, the evil king and Namrud, he stopped people from dealing with him. He cut him off from food and drinks. He cannot get it, he cannot buy it, no one can give it to him. He went out to get some food for his wife Sarah, radiyallahu anha. He came back with no food. He took a bag and filled it with sand, brought it inside, put it in the house, relied on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and went to sleep. Soon his wife is waking him up. Food is ready. He said, food is ready. What food? She said, the food that you brought in the bag. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides when people don't. When you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the result. My dear brothers and sisters, if you talk about Tawakkul, how to attain it? How to attain it? It is by knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His names and attributes, with His infinite knowledge, with His strength and power, with the three levels of Tawheed. If you know the means, that everything has a mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created that leads you to it, and you take those means when you want to do the Tawakkul. But you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not the means. And if you have the spirit of the Tawakkul, which is thinking good all the time of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is the best one for you and He will choose the best for you. Finally, to be sufficed, to be happy with whatever the result is, and to be certain that it is the best decision that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took for you. This is how you attain the Tawakkul. How many kinds of tawakkul are there? Let me give you the top 3. Number 1, your reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to be similar to your reliance on someone you have chosen and taken as an agent and trusted him to deal with everything on your behalf. This kind of tawakkul is for everyone. Everybody has that. The second one is the tawakkul of the infant upon his mother. He knows no one but her. He seeks protection from no one but her. So to him, he's not really relying on what he wants, he is relying on the mother herself. And that is a lot more important and higher level than the first one. And the third one and the final one, and this is the highest, is to be totally submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your body is totally submitting and relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like a dead person submitting and relying to the person who's washing him. Any way he moves him, he goes along with it. This is the highest level of reliance, of tawakkul upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers and sisters, imagine yourself when you leave the house, you make the dua. When you ride your car, you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you give a test or take a test, you do that. When you want to get married, you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you want to speak, you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you want to give a khutbah, you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you want to carry something, you rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah is our action, is the community action. Every day when you leave your house, say that dua. Let the voice come to your ears. You'll be protected, you'll be sufficed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide you. The shaitan steps out of your way, and you will have a great day, and have a great day. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother, say something.